Hi everyone. Today our topic is all about volleyball. I am going to discuss the history, rules and regulations, court dimensions, officiating, and the game. What is volleyball? Volleyball is a team sport in which two teams of 6 players are separated by a net. Each team tries to score points by grounding a ball on the other team's court under organized rules. This is William G. Morgan. History. Invented in 1895 by William G. Morgan. He is a physical director of the Youth Men's Christian Association YMCA in Holyoke, Massachusetts. He called the sport mintonet. Also introduced to the Olympic game in Tokyo in 1964. The rules and regulations. A team consists of 6 players. A member of the team shall serve in turn by rotating clockwise.
The serve back. This person has already served. We lost it. The other team served. They lost their serve. Now we have to rotate. So this person would go here. 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 And this person would come back to serve.
The server shall stand with both feet behind the rear boundary line and may not step on over the boundary line until after the serve has been hit.
The pressure is now on them.
If a player touches the ball or the ball touches a player, he or she is considered as having played the ball. Exception: a block is not considered a hit. Each team may hit the ball three times before the ball is hit to the opposing team. Players are not permitted to scoop, hold, or lift the ball. Players are not permitted to spike the ball on the serve. Players aren't allowed to come from back to front to spike. It is legal to contact the ball with any part of the body above the knee as long as the ball rebounds immediately and does not lie against the body. And kicking is not permitted. It is permissible to run out of bounds and play a ball before it contacts an object out of bounds. Once it hits an object out of bounds, it is a dead ball. When a ball touches a boundary line, it is considered good. A ball touching the body more than once in succession is considered a double hit and is illegal except when blocking or on a hard-driven spike.
Cannot hit the ball twice in succession.
A ball hit into the net by a team may still be kept in play provided the net isn't touched by the players or it is not the third hit. A ball is still in play if it hits the net and goes over into the opponent's court during the volley and the serve.
Make sure that the ball passes over the net, even if it touches it, and between the antennae.
If 2 players contact the ball simultaneously, it counts as one hit and either player may play the next hit. Now, the court dimensions. In indoor volleyball, court dimensions remain the same whether you are playing international, collegiate, or club volleyball. The regulation court dimensions for high school are slightly different. Net heights are different for men's, women's volleyball, sitting, juniors, and recreation volleyball. Now the boundary lines. It is marked the perimeter of the court. The end lines mark the length of the court, and the sidelines to mark the width of the court. The attack line is the line that separates the front court, the area near the net, and the back court, the area between the attack line and the end line. The service area. Service area is the area beyond the service line where players serve the ball. In beach volleyball, regulation beach volleyball court dimensions vary depending on whether volleyball is being played in competition or for recreational purposes. In officiating, volleyball officials that make up the officiating crew are first referee, second referee, scorekeeper, assistant scorer, and line judges. The first referee is in charge from the beginning of the match until the end, and also has the authority over all other members of the officiating crew, and should talk to all the officiating crew members before the match starts, going over any questions officials might have about their responsibilities. Also, the first referee should have a talk with the second referee before the match starts, discussing issues such as pre-match protocol and anything that will help the match run more smoothly. The second referee should establish a rapport with the scorekeeper and libero tracker. If the scorer and libero tracker have a problem or don't understand something, they should be comfortable enough to ask the second referee for help. The scorekeeper. The scorekeeper's main job is to make sure the score is correct at all times. The scorekeeper uses a score sheet to keep track of the game. If there is a difference between the score on the score sheet and the visual score should be changed to match the score on the score sheet unless the mistake of the score sheet can be determined and corrected. One of the referees should check the accuracy of the score sheet at the end of each set. The assistant scorer or libero tracker sits at the scorer's table next to the scorekeeper. The assistant scorer's main function is to record libero replacements onto a libero tracking sheet. The assistant scorer notifies any fault with libero replacements, operates the manual scoreboard on the scorer's table, checks the score on the scoreboard with the score on the score sheet. Now the line judges. If only two lines judges are used, they stand at the corner of the end line that closest to the right hand of each referee, diagonally from the corner. The line judges watch the end line and sideline of their respective corners. For FIVB and official competitions, 4 line judges are used. Each line judge stands in the free zone 1 to 3 meters, lined up with the imaginary extension of their respective line. Line judges' main responsibility is to make signals to help out the referees in making judgment calls. Line judges may be instructed to use flags to make the signals. The line judges signal ball in and out, whether the ball lands near the lines. Touches of out balls by players receive the balls. Ball touching the antenna. A served ball crossing the net outside the crossing space, the space between the antenna. any player standing off the court at the moment of service, then server foot faults. Now, the game. Jump serve. The serve stands at the back of the serving area. As the server moves toward the service line, the ball is tossed in front of and above the server, and the server the forearm rises to shoulder height, and the striking hand is drawn back. At the peak of the jump, the striking arm swings quickly forward with the open hand making contact with the ball out in front of the body. Now the forearm pass. From the basic defensive position, knees bent, feet spread, one foot slightly in front of the other. The outstretched arms are brought together with thumbs together and rotated downward. The ball is met by the forearms with a shoveling motion of the arms. The pass should be made with a flowing, coordinated motion of the legs, body, and arms.
Turn the ball. Firstly, position. Move by sidestepping or cross-stepping to your position in the path of the ball. Spread your feet apart slightly wider than your hips and bend your knees slightly inwards. Keep your back rounded and lean forward a little. Secondly, prepare. Clasp your hands in front of you and tilt them to form a space between your arms and your chest so that you can gain leverage and control the power of your forearm pass. Surface of your arms to where you want to pass the ball. Hit the ball in front.
Front set. The set is essentially a refined overhand pass. With elbows out, the hands should be raised to a position above the head. Palms should be out with fingers spread and thumbs down. The arms should extend to meet the ball with the pads of the fingers. The ball is directed upward and toward a spot where the hitter can make an aggressive play on it.
Megan's passing. Ali has to break in around, get her feet there and set. So she's playing right back defense. Gets in quick, high hand.
Block position. About an arm's length from the net and ready to jump. The defender follows the flight of the ball with hands raised. The defender moves toward the net and into a blocking position in front of the presumed attacker, and then the defender jumps with both hands breaking the plane above the net.
Blocking is not counted as a touch of the ball. Follow these 3 steps in order to block effectively. Prepare, jump, and block.
Dig form. The basic defensive position. Knees bent, feet spread, one foot slightly in front of the other. The outstretched arms are brought together while the athlete lunges toward and under the ball in order to pop it up back into the air with the hands of arms. If sprawling is necessary, the athlete follows through with a dive or a roll and quickly regains a standing position. And that's the end for our discussion.